the Rosie Posie. Now, apparently, these were the stars of the trial gardens for their bloom time and color. That is what we love from Cottage Farms, is they trial run for us. They grow them already for us, and these were a big hit. So you are the first to see them, I think, right?
We may have had
one
earlier,
presentation.
yes, one presentation.
Your item number is M132750. It's the 3-piece Rosie Posie Hummingbird Mint live plant. $7.80 to get them home because everything is on 5 easy payments today. All right, tell us about these wow pieces.
Well, you said, you know, I have to do the dirty work of somebody in the summer going to look at plants. I'm sorry, but it's my job. Somebody has to do it. So we go and we look for the best of the best. And we did have another Hummingbird Mint collection on, not this color, earlier, and it sold out. Because the reason is because we've talked about perennials and annuals today. Perennials are the ones that come back year after year, but they're not going to bloom as much. Annuals, one season, bloom the whole season.
Right.
Well, guess what? These hummingbird mints,
they're
they're perennials, but they think they're annuals. They bloom so long. That's why we call them at Cottage Farms perpetuals. That little moniker we give to a select few plants that really bloom their heads off, basically. And they're going to be that plant in your garden that from late spring, depending of course on where you live, through a frost, you are getting these tall, really skinny, long, pink, Rosie Posie. So these pink flowers, they are absolutely stunning.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, all the color that we've seen already today just makes me so happy. It makes me so excited for the spring. These need full sun.
Yes. Hummingbird mint, so that's your little trick. Remember, you're like, oh, okay, I know that needs full sun. They're also more of a, if you're gonna put them in the ground, they're one of those plants, they get to be about 18 inches tall. So not exactly at the front of the garden bed. We just had the butterfly bush on. Remember, that's more of like a 5-foot plant. We had the lantana earlier, which is
would be the front
in the front, and then these are in the middle. So if you did pick up, how gorgeous does that look? So you've got your butterfly bush, full sun, your hummingbird mint, pink, full sun, fragrant, both of them, and then the lantana, that one's a little smaller, you'd put that around the front. You've got a pollinator garden. This can go in one container if you want. This
that would be nice.
I would go, 16-inch container. Now you've got a deck pollinator garden, full sun, that you get fragrance and color pretty much from spring all the way through till a frost.
And all of the butterflies, imagine. I mean, it's like double butterfly attraction right there. Now, these will come to you when it is time to plant in your area. They come as already growing live plants. Where should we put these?
So this is a great, this is 3 of them right here.
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
About 18 inches tall, 18 inches wide. The other thing I love is, so full sun, you can put them in ground, you can put them in containers. But the cool thing about them is, you can see this picture here and the one coming up. You see how it's kind of two-toned?
Yeah.
Like there's a lighter pink and a darker pink. The light pink is the actual flowers. But then as the flowers fade, what they leave behind is this magenta, like deep magenta wand or umbel, and so that stays in your garden, which is why there's so much color here, because not only are you going to get continual of those light pink flowers, but when they fade, you get those magenta umbel. So it's a kind of a two-tone, and also it always has this beautiful habit. And I know most gardeners talk about that. If you've never grown plants, you're like, I don't know what it means to have a nice habit. But look at those like little rounded ball shapes. We didn't prune that. That's exactly how they grow in the garden. So you don't know that when you go shop at a big store. You're like, I don't know if this plant's going to have one that kind of sticks out over here, and do I cut it? When do I cut it?
Yes.
These make you look like you're a professional gardener.
Because you don't really cut them, right?
No, you don't. You can cut these. These make good cut flowers.
Oh, that would be
so
nice.
They would be nice, fragrant cut flowers. Pollinators, but deer resistant. I know people say, please, when it's deer resistant, repeat it over and over again, because it's so important, that you pay the money, you do the work. And then, as you said, they come right up to your front stoop and look in your windows and say, what's for dinner?
Especially the Joneses. Those are the ones in our front yard. It's a whole family. They practically live there. We had to name them. And, I'd like to take care of them, but I don't want to feed them what we've worked so hard on that we want to look at and so beautiful. So, and I've heard you say deer resistant quite a bit today.
Yes, we have quite a few deer, because we know it's so important to you. It's important to me. I don't want to be feeding the deer, but I want to be feeding the pollinators. And I want a plant that is a payout for me.
Yes.
That I plant, you know, I also say you can put these in the ground, but because they're like annuals, they're perennials, but they bloom like annuals. They'll bloom for such a long period of time. They do make great container plants.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes we wouldn't put perennials in containers. So this one will be such a long bloomer. You will love it.
Over 2,000 orders have been placed since we made those available just within the last couple weeks. Over 31,000 people shopping on QVC.com because we have free shipping today and 5 easy payments on everything.